There I was, just born, sitting in a chilled barn with my mom as her warm tongue licked me clean for my entry to the world. As I gained strength in my still shaky legs, I was able to stand up as the sun rays, warming the morning air. As I nursed up my mom, I could feel the warm milk going through my body, giving me more life and strength for my new life. I couldn't help but notice how crammed and dirty it was in the pen that we stayed in, inside the wall-less barn. The barn was made up of metal pens and alleyways with a tin roof for protection. In the pen next to me was another calf just like me, named Jake. We quickly became best friends. Our mothers had already known each other from living on the dairy together. They told us that soon we would all get separated and placed into different areas. It was all confusing at the time, but now I understand. The next day is when my life would forever be changed. All of us calves were quickly separated from our mothers for no apparent reason. Men came into the pens, grabbing us as we quickly said a heartbreaking goodbye to our mothers. As we bawled for our moms, we were carried off and put into tiny pens in a separate enclosed wooden barn. Us male calves were separated from the females right away. My friend Jake and I were put into a pen with two other boy calves. I had only been with my mother for a day, and now here I was, in a pen all alone, surrounded by other calves that had also been separated from their mothers. That first night away from my mom, I was frightened, and the night air seemed colder. Lucky for me, though, I had my friend Jake to keep me company. Over the next few days, a tall, rough-looking man would come out and feed us all out of bottles. I still didn't understand why we couldn't feed off our moms, but I was so hungry that I viciously drank the milk from the bottle without hesitation. There were rumors going around that the girls would get to stay on the dairy, but all of us boys would be taken away. Tension seemed to raise the longer us calves stayed. I wasn't too concerned where I went as long as I had my friend Jake by my side. The fourth day after I was born, I was taken away from the dairy. For some odd reason, I went alone, having to leave Jake behind. I was carried into a trailer by a man with an impressive mustache. As I was hauled away from the dairy in a bumpy aluminum stock trailer, I couldn't help but think that this would be the end of my very short life. It felt as though the trailer ride lasted an eternity, although it may have only been an hour or so long. The truck and trailer came to a halt, and the trailer door slowly swung open. Terrified, I tried to run, but didn't have the energy to move quickly. The man with the mustache came into the trailer, picked me up, and carried me out. As I began looking around, I saw a herd of cows that looked a lot different than I did. I was not like them. I was an outsider. The man finally set me down in an outdoor wooden pen next to an old wooden barn with a black cow. He slammed the rusted gate behind him and analyzed me for a little while. The man left, leaving me alone with a cow that looked nothing like me. At this point, I was starving and begged the new cow for her milk. At first, she was hesitant to give me any because her milk was meant for her own calf, but gave in after a few hours of my stomach rumbling. As we spent time together, I learned that her calf had died during birth, and that seemed to be the reason why I was brought to this new place. She was my new mom, and she treated me like her own calf. She told me that the reason I looked different was because the herd at this new ranch was all beef cattle. She had once lived next to a dairy, so she explained things in a way that made sense to me. She told me I was lucky because she had heard that the young dairy bull calves like myself get sent to the slaughterhouse, a place that cows go and never comes back from. I couldn't help but think about my friend Jake, who was left behind. The man that had carried me to the pen checked on us every day, always making sure my new mom had food and water. He named me Lucky and called me by my name every day. After about a week, we were let out of the pen and into a field. It was incredible. For the first time, I was able to run around as I pleased. I was nervous to meet the other cows and calves, but my mom assured me that everything would be okay. The mother cows were all very accepting of my presence, like my mom had told me. It took a little while for the other calves to understand why I looked so much skinnier and lengthier than they did. After a few days, I was just a part of the herd. Everyone treated me nicely, and for once I was content with life and I wasn't scared. The man that had carried me to the pen to meet my mom still came almost every day in his white pickup truck. He fed all the mothers and made sure everyone was healthy. His name for me caught on, and soon the whole herd called me lucky. Sometimes I think about my time at the dairy and how fortunate I was to be taken to this beef ranch. I now realize how much my name fits me and how lucky I truly am.